Welcome back. It's your boy Mike back here, week 9, ready to take on the Cleveland Browns. The Cardinals were humbled last week, to say the least, with the Ravens giving them their by far the worst loss of the season. Just a incomplete performance on both sides. But they're going to look to rebound this week as they head into Cleveland to take on Deshaun Watson and the Browns. A couple of housekeeping things to start off with. Do have a breakout linebacker opportunity. So that's always, it's always nice to give our guys a chance to get some development going. It looks like it's going to be Cameron Thomas, man. And he's just going to try to go up to star. Need to hold the Browns under 250 or get him one pick, tackle for loss, sack, all those good things. Ty Davis-Price going to go ahead and get an upgrade, looking good. Hasn't had a tremendous game in a few weeks, but it's to be expected. The rapid hot start he got off to was, unlikely to ever be, super, what's the word I'm looking for? Replicated, throughout the season consistently. But he's still gonna be our RB1. We still love him. Still think he has done a fantastic job overall. And here's Max Duggan, man, who saw some action last week after Josh Dobbs was benched. I'm gonna go ahead and get an upgrade for him this week. We're gonna go ahead and get strong arm. Want to get that throw power a little higher. Hopefully, maybe some deep accuracy. No such luck. Just throw accuracy mid and +2 to throw under pressure. And here we are, man. The dog pound. And we're going to take a look at Rondale Moore, who last week went off, man, 9 for 126 and a touchdown. Went off might be a strong word considering we got slaughtered. But, Rondale Moore did what he could do. And there are the Browns, man, wearing those brown jerseys. And Arizona going to go with the all-white this week. Should be a fun matchup, man. We know there's a lot of talent on this Cleveland team. And after being humiliated, just last week, definitely going to be looking forward to righting that wrong, if you will, against Cleveland. It was only the first game, post all of the trades. No more Budda Baker, no more Hollywood Brown. In comes Rashad Bateman. In comes Jalen Johnson. And, team needs some time to get glued together as we're going to go ahead and take a look at Cleveland's team. Deshaun Watson, of course, the quarterback. Clayton Tune, as mentioned in the last video, we moved him to the practice squad after we traded for DTR, and the Browns promptly picked him up. Nick Chubb at running back, Stanton the fullback, receivers, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Amari, man, I'm still sad as a Cowboys fan that we let him go for such a cheap price because he's still such an elite receiver. And then Marquise Goodwin down there. David Njoku, tight end. Jedrick Wills at left tackle. Joel Bitonio going to man that left guard spot. Ethan Pochich and Wyatt Teller going to be the remainder of that interior line. And Jack Conklin, who unfortunately is injured in real life for the season, going to be the right tackle. Defensively, Jadeveon Clowney and, did I say Jadeveon Clowney? Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett, along with, wow. Y'all, I'm stumbling over my words today. Corners, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome. Of course, Rashaan Evans. That's the name I was looking for middle linebacker. The former Titan. Kicker, punter, Rodrigo Blankenship, and Corey Bojorquez. And let's go ahead and get this kicked off. Arizona is going to get the ball first. Tariq Cohen back deep to receive. And Cohen's going to get it out to the 19-yard line. And here comes not Josh Dobbs, but Max Duggan. Duggan did some good things in the second half against Baltimore, leading them on 2 touchdown drives. Did throw a pick, but that was, more so a great play by Roquan. And he is going to get the start today. Dobbs just, hadn't been really putting the ball too much in harm's way this year, but just inexcusable with his performance last week. So Duggan will get the nod, going to start off play action, and he immediately misses Bryan Edwards. Had, definitely plenty of yards in front of him, but Gonna head off to 2nd and 10. And of course, Ty Davis-Price, got to give him the ball on the first drive. Shocked he didn't get the ball first, quite frankly, the way, this offense has been running all season. 3rd and 5. Here we go. Duggan looking to convert. First game as a starter. Duggan going to make some calls at the line. And Duggan going to look for Trey McBride. And he threw that really, really high. McBride luckily able to jump up and snag it for the first down at about midfield. Now here we are, fresh set of downs. Duggan going to hand it off to Tariq Cohen, and Cohen is going to get a gain of 8 into Cleveland territory as Duggan has this offense rolling, man, early on. And Duggan now under center, going to hand off Ty Davis-Price. Davis-Price with some space, stiff arms, and Davis-Price going to get a gain of 14 yards. Great job by him. 20 yards, 2 carries. And the drive continues now. 2nd and 6. Duggan going to drop back. Duggan going to look deep. Rondale Moore throws it out of bounds. Didn't even give Rondale Moore a chance. Going to lead to a 3rd and 6. And you don't want to waste this opportunity if you're Arizona. Duggan did a great job getting them down. They're going to look for Moore again. Just underthrows it. More likely, with a ball that was led a little further downfield. Likely could have made that play, but they'll settle for 3 as Deshaun Watson takes the field. 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 picks. Not having a spectacular season, with just 10 touchdowns through the opening 8 weeks. Not amazing, Nick Chubb's going to go ahead and get the ball first. Carry of 4, and last week Nick Chubb was held down pretty well. 14 carries, 68 yards. Arizona going to hope to, keep him to more of the same on that avenue in this one. As Deshaun drops back, he's going to run up the middle. First pass of the game, and he decides to scramble, gets it out to the 42-yard line as he's going to be in the backfield by himself, shotgun. And he's going to hit Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper gets the ball, and none of the Cardinals defenders are able to bring him down before he gets in the end zone. How about that? We were singing Amari Cooper's praises, and he does exactly what we expected him to do. An elite receiver, and he's an elite route runner. He hits that cut, makes a quick stop, catches the ball, fools Greedy Williams, or was that Jalen Thompson? I'm sorry, it was one of them. Still getting used to these numbers. I think 28 is Jalen Thompson. But he's going to get it in for the Cleveland touchdown as they're going to take a 7-3 lead early in this first quarter. Well, halfway through the first quarter, as Duggan with another pass that was a little high, a little far, but Rashad Bateman able to bring it down and hold on through the contact. And 1st and 10 now at the 38-yard line. Duggan looking through, going to hand it off. Ty Davis-Price. Davis-Price continues his nice start to the game. 7 yards. And similarly to Chubb, 68 yards on 14 carries. Ty Davis-Price, man, just 60 yards on just 10 carries. But again, the way that game played out, it wasn't really a lot of opportunity to get Davis-Price involved. As Duggan going to look, Rashad Bateman, and Max Duggan overthrows him. Rashad Bateman had plenty of real estate in front of him, unable to get it there that time. And here we go, 3rd and 3. Ty Davis-Price going to get it, going to truck a man before he's brought down. Ty Davis-Price already 38 yards in this one. Great job from him. And it's another first down for the Cardinals. And Davis-Price going to just get the ball again. Man, and look, the workhorse, man. We know what we want him to do, sticking to that plan, especially with a young QB under center. And here it is, 3rd and 10, going to hand it off to Tariq Cohen. And Tariq Cohen gets 8 yards, 4th and 2. Risky play, running that on 3rd and 10. But we like the position we're in as they're going to give it to Cohen again. And Cohen is stuffed. How about that from the Browns defensive front? Cohen needed to, not going to get there. He was held up by Myles Garrett, and Juan Thornhill comes in, makes sure he's not able to get any more yards, and they're going to turn it over on downs as Elijah Moore going to get his first target of the game. That's going to go for 16 yards as head coach Mike White trying to get that play call out defensively. And let's see what Cleveland's going to do this time around. It's Deshaun Watson, man, screaming at the rest of his team, trying to get some late reads in. And Cam Thomas that's that. I think that might just be the breakout, man. He needed one sack, pick, TFL, anything like that, and he secures the sack in the first quarter, securing that breakout opportunity, or that breakout for sure. As a Chubb carry is going to go nowhere, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. After one, the numbers are pretty close. Cleveland just able to, get that opening score. They stopped Arizona's opening drive and then, shut them down on a 4th and 2. And instead of, 7-6 or maybe even 10-7, it's 7-3 for the Browns, as he's going to look for Amari Cooper and Greedy Williams all over that, going to shut that down. 1st and 10, new possession for Arizona. Duggan dropping back, going to hit Rashad Bateman. Bateman jukes a man out his shoes, and he's going to get down to the 46-yard line. 26-yard catch and run for Rashad Bateman. Great job from him, as Duggan has looked his way a plethora of times in this one. And now here they are, 1st and 10, play clock running down. And Duggan going to make some last-second adjustments, finally gets the snap off. He's going to look short to Tariq Cohen, and Cohen going to get dragged down by Juan Thornhill in Cleveland territory after a gain of 8 yards. Now here they are, 2 tight end set. Rashad Bateman on the right. Rondale lined up in that X position. He's going to go deep for Bateman. Bateman looks like he might have a chance. But unfortunately, Denzel Ward and Juan Thornhill both there to help break up that play on 3rd and 2. Duggan going to decide to keep it himself. And look at the young man foregoing handing it off to Tariq Cohen. Keeps it himself, gets the yards needed, moving the chains, keeping this drive alive. 1st and 10, Duggan looking back. Trey McBride in traffic, holds on. And Duggan so far early going 5 of 10, 83 yards. Nothing super spectacular, but doing what's being asked of him. As on 2nd and 4, it's going to be Duggan faking to Ty Davis-Price, going to roll out to his left. Duggan wanted to take it himself, couldn't, and is hit, and it's going to be picked. Greg Newsome, Rondale Moore bringing him down, and Duggan, man, mad at himself. Didn't have really any other option, as Myles Garrett was closing in, and should have released that ball maybe a second earlier, half second earlier. Doesn't, and instead he throws a wobbler that's picked off by Greg Newsome, and the Browns are going to be back on the offensive side of the ball, and they're going to hopefully try to, get rolling. They do have 7 points on the board, and there's Amari Cooper again, been targeted pretty much every time. Even the one incompletion, was to Amari Cooper. So, 3 of the first 4 pass attempts all going his way. And here's Deshaun going to look. Chubb wide open. And Chubb, with very little disruption from Marco Wilson, just drops the ball. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10, 6:22 left here in the second quarter. Here's Deshaun throwing over the middle. Elijah Moore getting another one. Deshaun, man, 4 for 609 yards and a touchdown. How about that from Deshaun, man? As this Arizona defense, of course, knew they'd miss Budda Baker. Didn't think it would be as drastic as it has been so far. And there's Amari Cooper breaking multiple tackles, and no one's going to be able to catch him. Amari Cooper now, 2 touchdowns on, short passes that he just manages to finish off, takes himself, bounces off one on the curl route, and no one else is going to be able to even come close to him. Israel Mukuamu gave pursuit, just not fast enough. And it's going to be 14-3 Cleveland, as Duggan now down 11 points. Somewhere Arizona's been a few times this season. Going to look, Brian Edwards, right sideline, throws it out of bounds. Not going to be able to connect with them right there. Now here we go, 2nd and 10. Duggan trips to his left. Going to decide to get a long ball out to Rashad Bateman. Badly underthrows it. And he's picked again by Greg Newsome. Now 2 INTs for Newsome here in the second quarter. And can't like that, if you're Duggan. First one, you were under pressure. You had an excuse. That time, just a horrible ball. I mean, there was some pressure in his face, I suppose, but, you got to at least give your receiver a chance, and Duggan did not do that time around. And let's take a look, man. Amari Cooper, 4 catches, 115 yards, and 2 scores. And we're not even at halftime yet, and this is just a week after The defense allowed Hollywood Brown to get almost 200 yards receiving and 3 scores, giving him an offensive player of the week. Just as a side note. And Deshaun, first and goal, gonna look. DPJ breaks a tackle. DPJ gonna be hit, but not before he gets across the line. The tackling from this defense the last few weeks has been atrocious. And DPJ now the latest to take advantage, as his first target of the game is going to result in 6 points. And it's starting to get away from Arizona early. After a few defensive stands to start off, man, it's 21-3. And that's now 21 straight Browns points, as Davis Price going to get the stretch to the right. Davis Price, if you remember, was at 40 yards in the first quarter, now just at 41. And here we are, 3rd and 6. Duggan likes what he sees with 3 receivers to his right. They're going to go for a quick little bubble screen to Rondale Moore, and no one's going to block for him, and he drops the ball anyway. Going to go ahead and punt back to Cleveland. And you got to hope that your defense can make a stand here, man. It's already an 18-point game, as Chubb, also no running room, 4 carries, just 8 yards, and that's with a 3-yard carry right there. 2nd and 7. Chubb again in the backfield, going to fake it to him. Deshaun going to look to scramble out, not going to be able to do it. Lecky Fotu, one of those. He's going to drop Deshaun Watson for the sack, brings up a 3rd and 9. Deshaun in between defenders, going to hit David Njoku as we hit the 2-minute warning. Here they go at about midfield, fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Deshaun looking left. Amari Cooper catches another one. And Greedy Williams just been getting absolutely torched by Amari all day up to this point. And who's he going to throw to but Amari Cooper, as he not only allows the catch, can't bring him down. He's going to run past another one. And Amari Cooper now with his 3rd touchdown of the first half. The show continues for Deshaun to Amari. This defense just unable to keep up with the agility and elusiveness of Cooper, and apparently the strength, because he's had multiple broken tackles already in this one. As Duggan looking, Rondale Moore, just 53 seconds left, hits him on the sideline. He's going to get out of bounds. Duggan, 1st and 10. Needs something here, down 25 points already. A 4-score game here before half. And Duggan dropping back, pump fakes, looks deep. Rondale Moore has a step. Moore catches it. He's going to stay in, and Rondale Moore. How about that from the speedy receiver? Rondale Moore says, man, we're not going to walk out of here without at least putting up a fight. Not like last week. And Duggan hits him in stride. Great throw by Max Duggan. Good catch from Rondale Moore. Great awareness of the sideline to not step out. And it's going to be 28-10 with 40 seconds left. Got to escape here. Keep it at an 18-point game. Or, if you're feeling lucky, might even be able to get some more points on the board, as Chubb going to be stopped and hit hard by Greedy Williams. Chubb going to be injured, and that unfortunately would see him out for the rest of this game. It's going to be Jerome Ford and Pierre Strong, as Jalen Thompson just shoots through the hole, brings down Deshaun Watson now. Arizona calls a timeout, hoping to maybe get the ball back one more time, but Deshaun Watson has other plans. Donovan Peoples-Jones going to get the short pass left. Timeout from Cleveland. 29 seconds now remaining. Going to fake it. Play action. He's going to look deep. Oh, man, David Njoku. And they're going to say that he did indeed get those feet down. What a throw from Deshaun Watson, right in between the defenders, and Njoku keeping his feet on the sideline, getting the toe tap and stretching out for that. He's going to get that to get them very close to field goal range. And if that wasn't already, that one certainly is, as Elijah Moore with the catch does lead to 3 more Browns points. But 18-21, it's still 3 possessions either way. Going into the half, man, the offense, of course, hasn't been great, but the defense has just, we talk about bend but don't break. They're bending and then also breaking. Let's take a look around the league, man. Rams at Green Bay, and it's Jordan Love, 10 of 12, 90 yards, a touchdown. Does have a pick in there. Aaron Jones also with a score. And Cooper Kupp only 2 catches. How about that? Stafford not having a great first half. In Pittsburgh, it's the Steelers prevailing over the Titans 31-14. Kenny Pickett, a touchdown and a pick, not a huge game, but Najee, 15 for 132 and 3 scores. How about that as Pittsburgh picks up a conference win? Now in Baltimore, Ravens lead at 21-14. Lamar, very efficient, 7 of 8, 125, 3 scores. Does have a pick in there. I'd be shocked if one of those scores wasn't to Hollywood Brown, the way that he was playing against us last week. But again, got to see more fight out of this defense. Amari Cooper, of course, is a legit receiver one. But, this is a team that held the Bengals, to 28 points. Didn't allow Jamar Chase over 100. And Chase did, I believe, only have 1 touchdown in that game. If he did score, I can't really remember off the top of my head. And, now they've let Hollywood and Amari Cooper both feast in the first half of this game and then the, previous game, as Greedy Williams going to get Jerome Ford down. Not before he gets that first, though. 31-10, man. Fresh half. Defense looking to rebound as Deshaun, 17 of 20, 303 yards. 4 touchdowns. Could be in for a historic performance if his second half is anything like that first one was. But he's going to be picked by Jalen Johnson. Oh, Jalen Johnson, what a read. He was really looking for Amari Cooper, who's being covered by Marco Wilson. But Jalen Johnson, with the awareness to get that head around, get his hands up, he's going to set his offense up in great position at the 42-yard line. As here's Duggan dropping back. Duggan, pressure in his face, gonna look, and he's picked for the 3rd time in this one. Rashawn Evans trying to get out there, not able to. Paris Johnson gonna track him down. Great job by Paris Johnson. Look at the wheels on him. And Duggan again hanging his head now for the 3rd time. Yeah, man. We understand. We understand not what you wanted to do. Deshaun, really good fake. And he should have been sacked, wasn't, overthrows his target. It's going to be 3rd and 7 that time around. Looks like they just settled for 3 points, 34-10. Still a 3-possession game, but you got to get something going, man, this possession. It's a 24-point game, and points have been at a premium. You want to give your team at least a little bit of confidence that we can make it happen, as there's Myles Garrett pairing with Zadarius Smith to take down Max Duggan. 3rd and 18. Not a good position for you, especially with the young Duggan under center, as he's going to have a wide open Rondale Moore and misses him. Duggan, oh man, got to hit that. That's a layup in the league. That's a layup in college, layup in the league, man. A receiver running by himself, as DPJ with the swift route running. And he's going to be laid out by Zaven Collins. 2nd and 10 now. Here he is. He has Pierre Strong in the backfield with him, or in the backfield behind him. And he's going to dump it down to Strong. Strong stays on his feet. The defender whiffs. He breaks a tackle, breaks another, finally brought down. Pierre Strong. How about that from the young back? As 3rd and 4, defense looking to get off the field. Deshaun Watson going to roll out to his right, going to look short, and he's going to have David Njoku, and Njoku's going to go down. But not before he has a very important play for this Cleveland offense, as this time Jerome Ford's going to get the carry, absolutely laid out. Ford still in the backfield to the left of Deshaun Watson, trips right. He's going to get the carry again. Ford, oh man, this time does get about 11, gives them a new set of downs, and it looks like they're just going to regurgitate that same play. Okay, 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off, same exact thing. Marco Wilson not having any of that this time around. Drops him for a loss of 1, as Pierre Strong checks back into the game. And for the 3rd straight time, they're going to run to the right. And it worked better and better each and every time. His first carry of the game goes for 18 yards. With no Chubb, man, Ford and Strong have been doing a good job of, kind of rotating those touches both on the ground and through the air. And this time it's going to be Jerome Ford diving for it again, or diving for it, as they just completely destroyed them in the red zone on those last few plays. Ran pretty much the same play 4 straight times, And it went 5 yards, 11 yards, 18 yards, touchdown. Great job on them. It is now 41-10. And if we thought last week was a bummer, this week is looking even worse as Duggan has done absolutely nothing in this second half. One completion at the most, now almost 9 minutes into it, as Duggan's going to look and McBride going to jump for it, not going to be able to secure it. And they're going to punt it away again. Very quick 3 and out from the offense. Got to be a little upset if you're the fans. And, oh, man, there goes Pierre Strong, just breaking tackles, bouncing off of people. If you're these fans, traveled out here hoping for a competitive game, definitely did not get that by any means, as there's Zaven Collins to bring down forward. And that's going to end our third quarter. 350 yards passing from Cleveland, 400 yards overall, and Arizona just barely over that 200-yard mark. Start of the fourth quarter, Deshaun looking short, going to be knocked out, and they would again settle for 3. 1st and 10. At this point, you're just playing for pride, trying to do something to take into next week. And Greg Newsome, man, he's been absolutely dynamite in this one. 2 picks, has had really, really strong coverage on Rashad Bateman all day. And there's Rondale Moore catching it in traffic, holding on through the hit. Finally Duggan with the completion here in the second half, man. It's been rough sledding. But with 8:38 left, down 34 points, you're playing with house money. Duggan, Rondale Moore, and he overthrows him. Moore could have had probably 3 touchdowns today, with a serviceable quarterback throwing him the ball. As TDP going to get it, they're going to hurry to the line. Duggan looks like he sees a little something. They're going to go ahead and flip it, but run the same play. And TDP this time loses 2. And again, if you remember, I mentioned it, 40 yards for Ty Davis-Price in the first quarter, 47 yards now at this point, as there's Rashad Bateman getting the short one from Max Duggan, setting up a nice 3rd and 1. And on 3rd and 1, Duggan under center, going to look, has a couple receivers crossing the field. Rashad Bateman gets it, going to try to cut up field, not able to get away as Netani Muti goes down. And would miss, just a couple of plays. He would be okay, would return to the game. Nothing too serious. And here we go. 1st and 10. Duggan looking. Rashad Bateman again in traffic. Duggan really playing with fire here, throwing into so many Cleveland defenders now a couple of times. As 3rd and 3. Now the Arizona's able to finally get a drive going. They're going to hand it off. TDP. TDP goes nowhere, averaging 4 yards a carry in this one. 4th and 2. At this point, nothing to lose. You're already down 34. The loss has been secured, if I'd say, as Ty Davis-Price runs through a Browns defender, now up to 53 yards, trying to, trying to pad those stats a little bit. Clearly with TDP. 1st and 10, Duggan. Duggan rolls out, doesn't see anything, decides to take it himself. Stiff arms, going to be knocked out just at the marker. 1st and 10, 5 minutes remaining. Duggan going to go short quickly. Trey McBride unable to hold on to it as the ball gets knocked out. And look at Cleveland, man, 23rd ranked for points allowed. They've given up just 10 to an Arizona offense that this season had been unexpectedly, pretty good. They've eaten the defense alive. Defense has eaten this offense alive. And Duggan, again, on a play, he threw a pick earlier, going to go short this time to Elijah Higgins. Higgins going to be able to get down there for the 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, here we go. Max Duggan gonna give Rashad Bateman a chance, and again, Newsome there got the seatbelt on him that time around. They're gonna go for it again, nothing to lose. 4th and 3, gonna give it to Cohen. Cohen gets a block, cuts inside, dives for the end zone, and Tariq Cohen. How about that, man? After a few years out of football, had come in, has been a nice 1-2 punch with Ty Davis-Price, and would you believe it? That's his first touchdown of the season. I almost didn't believe it myself when I looked, at the end of the game, but surely was. First touchdown of the year, and here he is going to hand off to Pierre Strong. Strong, just protecting the ball. At this point, they're just running the clock down, trying to get everyone out of here. Strong going to get it again. Marco Wilson off the edge, make sure he doesn't get too far. And, man, defense out there, Duggan maybe could have pulled a few starters, but with as young of a team as this is, and with the team still being, a couple pieces on that defense, being new, they want to make sure that we're able to get as many reps as possible. As we hit that 2-minute warning, Cleveland slowed down, took their foot off the gas a lot, but they curiously decided to go ahead and pass it this time around. Deshaun going to take off, not going to be able to be caught by B.J. Ojolari. Cam Thomas finally gets him down. But that's going to be the ball game, man. If last week was humbling, then I don't even really know what to call this one. Duggan was given the opportunity, was not able to do much with it. 47-17. Cleveland kicking that field goal, I'm not going to lie to you, was kind of ridiculous, but not something we haven't done ourselves. If you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it. And there's Stefanski, man, really happy for his team and his quarterback Deshaun, absolutely lighting us up. As a whole, 450 total yards for Cleveland versus just 324 for Arizona. First downs 22-14. And, man, those total yards, man, get out of here. That's from kick returns and whatnot. 3 turnovers for the team today. 4 of 12 on third down. 3 for 4 on fourth, though. So that's one positive note you can take out of there, as possession was, pretty much the same. Deshaun, 25 of 32, 369, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Duggan, had a flash last week. We gave him a game. Didn't really inspire confidence. Dobbs will likely be back as the starter next week. Amari Cooper, 7 for 165 and 3 scores. Only had 1 catch after halftime, as Rondale Moore, 3 for 85 and a score. And Rashad Bateman with another 6 catches. Rondale Moore, likely going to be looking to have someone who can actually get him the football. Jalen Thompson, Lecky Fotu, Cam Thomas, and then Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett combining. Greg Newsome with 2 picks. Rashawn Evans and Jalen Johnson each with 1. No fumbles forced, no touchdowns, as Tariq Cohen, fresh off his first score of the year, going to go ahead and get an upgrade point. Love to see that for him. And, as we previously mentioned, of course, Cameron Thomas will go up to star development after completing his breakout. Had 2 tackles for loss and a sack, so really, really good on him. And next week, man, we are going to take on the Atlanta Falcons. A lot going on, man. Team turmoil, got some upgrades to do. Might take a look at some contracts again. Like I said, if not, against the Falcons, then definitely when we play the Texans, we will have, some sort of prospect spotlight. Want to get keep an eye on a couple of guys that have looked really interesting to us, to the scouting team. But that's going to do it here for us. For Arizona franchise this time around. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. If you feel so inclined, be sure to like and subscribe. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And it's been your boy Mike. Peace.